People are sharing the biggest lies they tell their kids. And honestly, I get it. When new teeth grow in, I told her they create new tastes. So now she tries to figure out which new food she likes every time a new tooth comes in. Tooth Fairy is part of the union and she won't come in if the room is dirty. OSHA and all that. They think the car doesn't start unless their seatbelt is fastened. I told my daughter that whenever a kid lies to their parents, their eyes glow. Now if she's lying, she squints at me. For every bite of vegetables at dinner, they could stay up 5 minutes later, but they didn't know how to tell time. When their tablets need updating, I have to mail it directly to Amazon and we have no clue how long it will take. Days, weeks, or months. In reality, they are in my closet. I just want them outside catching toads and bugs. That the mannequins in the store were kids who ran away from their mommy at the store and now they're stuck there forever. Oh my god, drama. All the candy at the front of checkouts is expired. That's why it's up front. Obviously. My daughter-in-law said her parents used to say, knock it off or we'll send you away like your older brother. She'd say, I don't have an older brother. They said, exactly. I told my daughter if she cut her hair, then the police would have to take her away since she doesn't have a license to cut hair. This would have saved me from a bad haircut as a kid. When the ice cream truck plays music, it means they're empty. You don't grow if you sleep in your parents' bed. I used to tell my son he didn't have to take a whole nap, just half of a nap. Went right to sleep. Genius. I once called pie fruit casserole because they hate casserole and I didn't want to share. Our sons didn't eat cooked onions in casserole, etc. I said it's not an onion, it's Japanese clear fruit. They cleaned their plates. Love a good rebrand. You can only go to Chuck E. Cheese if you're invited for a party. We don't know anyone that has had a party, so... Twinkle and Snowflake, their elves on the shelves, got married and moved to Belize to retire on the beach, which is why they never came back. Told the kids they were going to Disneyland, drove to an old burned down warehouse and yelled, oh no, Disneyland burned down, then drove back home. Before my kids could read, they thought every fortune cookie at Chinese restaurants said, listen to your mommy and daddy. One day when my daughter was about 10, she asked how come they never say that anymore. We live on a lake and all of our granddaughters know the lake doesn't open until 9 a.m. Of course. Back when there was Toys R Us, I told my kids it was a museum. You can't actually buy the toys. Gonna say this about Target. Every time they fight, I take away an imaginary play date, park visit, or outing that was never planned. If I replay a song more than twice, Spotify will kick me out. I used to tell my kids the cops would pull us over if the interior light was on at night. I believed this lie until I was a full-grown adult, so. Gremlins live in the trees around our house and they get their strength from bad manners. If they get strong enough, they come into your room and eat your favorite toys. Saying please, thank you, and being polite hurts their ears and keeps them away. This is elaborate. I told my kids to brush good because the tooth fairy is like a jeweler and the whiter the tooth is, the more money it's worth. Genius. That McDonald's has sad meals for the naughty kids. My kids are still silent in the drive-thru. They're 8 and 9. Every time they tell a lie, a red X would appear on their forehead. If they start to tell me a lie, they would place their hands over their foreheads. I told my son he had a twin brother named Joel, his name is Cole, and he wouldn't stay close to me at the store and now he's lost forever. Cole turns 24 tomorrow. He's fine. I used to change the name of foods. She didn't like tomato soup, but loved ketchup soup. She wouldn't try lasagna, but spaghetti cake is her favorite food. Again, sometimes all kids need is a rebrand. When my son was small, he always wanted to go to Walmart. I changed my cousin's name in my phone to Walmart and told him to say we're closed today. I was told speed bumps are kids who didn't hold hands in parking lots. Oh my god. Made my daughter believe she was allergic to alcohol. Worked until she went to college. You know what? Great. My favorite is telling them that Santa's elves went on a union strike due to unfair wages and hours, so Santa has to ask parents to help wrap gifts. There are cameras in every room. I am always making them tell the truth with that. I say, don't make me check the cameras. Feel free to use. When an ambulance drove by our house at night, sirens blaring, I told them it was the bedtime police coming to ticket them for not going to sleep. My son thinks his name is Wilson. It's just Will. He's 13. I told my kids they didn't like soda, and every time they wanted to try it, I gave them club soda. They are now teens and both hate soda. Wait, that's low-key genius. Told my kids we were having salmon for dinner. They said they didn't like salmon. Served it and they asked what it was. I told them it was pink chicken. They all had 2 helpings. My husband is an orthopedic surgeon. My kids think all his surgery patients are kids who are jumping on the couch or bed or running on the stairs. Great. If the kids take a nap on a road trip, I take shortcuts to get them there faster. That if we saw the moon, it would follow us home to make sure we made it safely. My daughter believed this until like middle school and still talks about it. That's so sweet. That the word vegetarian comes from an old Indian word meaning bad hunter. If they pick their boogers and eat them, they will turn into spiders in their mouth. I told my child that if he doesn't make his bed as soon as he wakes up, his guardian angel will continue sleeping and won't protect him. He has made his bed ever since. Before I could read, my mom would tell me every sign in a store said all children must have their hands behind their backs. My mom used to tell me that the AC in the car only worked when I was quiet. My kids think I was attacked by a tiger. It's stretch marks. Maybe not in the parenting books, but effective.